We continue again creating Invoice PDF using a QuestPDF. So the target of our video is creating a PDF looks like this. And then in previous video, we already creating simple PDF, and showing in QuestPDF companion in here. We're creating also a two component PDF library containing all the requirement to showing the PDF using QuestPDF. We are using a console application to showing this PDF into QuestPDF companion. So in QuestPDF, there is initial basic section in here. This is a header, content, and footer. So as usual document, the header and footer can stay in place if we have multiple pages, and the one that changing is only content in here. And this is a margin if you are asking why there is in here. And this all can be set up in here. Okay, we can see there is a margin 50. There is a header in here to define a header, content, and footer. And if we see in here, yeah, basically this is a header, yeah, all of this until build 2, and this is content, and this is the footer. And how we structuring this layout, this text solution in here, the image in here, how we do that in here actually. So there is a feature in QuestPDF, there is row and column. Where is it? Row and column in here. We define using this. Maybe read this is not enough. I can show you the sample. Okay, this is how I define the structure in here. For green is a column, and then this all of in here is header, yeah, I have told you. So this one is column 1, and then this one is column 2. So in header we will have 2 column as initial, and then we will have a row I using a yellow. This is row 1, and then this is row 2. So we showing the logo on the right side, and this all of this information in the left side. Okay, and again inside this row we can insert again the column. So I put green again. If you guess, you can guess that this will be column number 1, and then this is column number 2. And again insert this column. Okay, for this one is okay, it's fine. There is no additional information again. But inside in here, this is the address. We will have 2 row. This is row. This is row. And again, this one, that's for this is sender name, sender address. This is a column also. So it's look like this actually. This. Okay, it's not good, but yeah, I hope you understand. Yeah, like this. Also same in here. This is 1 column, 2 column, 3 column. So this is how we structuring the PDF in QuestPDF. And same also in here if we want to structuring our content. The idea is same. There is a column and row. Let's start by importing our logo inside our project. So you can download the logo in the description below, or you can use your own logo, it's fine. I just create a folder first, images, and then I just put drag and drop and put in here, name it, wait, this name like this, just put logo. And then let's separating our layout to be header, content, and footer. So I just create another one page, header, and then for this one, I don't want to create all the code for header content in this one method. We can separate into multiple methods, or even we can call another class. But in this tutorial, I just put in another method, compose header, and then maybe we just create private void compose header I container. Where is it? It should be from QuestPDF. Make sure. container, and then make another for content and footer. Now for content, we are using an element of content. Thank you autocomplete. And for footer, okay, we use compose footer. Nice. Now let's start by designing our header. Yeah. In here, we start with getting the image or logo, but make sure if you look on the properties, okay, this should be copy if newer or always is fine. And then we try to get the content bin path. Use path combine by getting the application domain, current domain, and base directory. And then the folder is images. And then the file name is logo.jpg. Maybe I put here. Okay. And then we read a byte from the image. Yeah. Image. File. Read all bytes from that path. Okay. We should getting the image from here and convert it into byte array. And then let's start for defining the structure. So container, column, or maybe we can just showing our previous images in here. Okay, I set up like this. So we start by creating a column in here. Yeah? One column and one column. Column, column, and column. Okay, so we will have a one column item and this one. So we have two columns in here, one for this, one for this. We start from here, and then inside this column, if you see, there is a row. This row for this content information, and the second row is for the logo. So we have a row here, row, and then row, same again, row. Inside the row, we will have row, relative item. There is relative item or constant item. Yeah, I think for constant we can define the size of the layout in here. You can define by, there is many unit, yeah, pixel, centimeter, and for me I'm going to use relative item instead. It will automatically define the size. Yeah, so like this, like example relative item. Okay, if example I have this relative item and relative item, if we doing like this, the size will be equal, so left and side is will be same. If we are going to use relative item without defining any size in here, yeah, you can see there is a parameter size. But if you setting the relative item into 2, okay, the size of the left side, yeah, this is left side, this is right side, the left side will be bigger than right. This is what I want to. So the size is bigger for the left and smaller on the right. We ignore the second first for logo. We just start with the first one for relative item 2. And here we are going to have in this row, we have a column again, yeah, column, and then column. We will have column, item, or different with row. For the column, we only have one item. There is no relative or constant item. The size will be full size of the row in here. So item in here, for the first one, where are we? This one. This is the company name. Okay. So if we show here item and we are going to showing text, where is it, text? And better we are showing our model. Where is it? Okay, we're not setting our model, so we need to define this. Maybe we can autocomplete. No, cannot. So we just create private invoice model. So in here we assign invoice model equal to invoice we set from this parameter. So then we can access the content in here. Maybe just invoice. Okay. Invoice company name. And then maybe we set the font size to 30 and we set this to bold. It will be like this. And maybe we can just see how it's look like now. I can just start PDF viewer. Okay, as you can see, we showing the Technosfa solution or the company name in here. It's different, yeah. That's okay, that's fine. And then let's continue. It's better we have a margin. And the margin is not only for header, it should be available for header, content, and footer. So we should define from here. We define a page margin into 35 and I save. Nice, it automatically showing like this. And then we can define the default text style to all the components inside this tree. So we can do from here page default text style XX font color. We want the font color to, I want to set to gray. Where is it? Gray. And then there is a darken tree. Where is it? Okay. No. Okay. And then we can also set the font size. Okay. By default, I want to set the font size to 10. This is for other element. The Technova or the company name in here will not change because we already defined the font size in here. So this is for other element. And yeah, I think it's enough for this. We can just continue again from here. Okay, where are we? Okay, this column. And so we go to the second column in here. The second column will be have column, item, and then in here we will have two rows. Inside this column we have two row, like this, row, and then now for this one I set relative item equals. So the size will be relative item and relative item like this. The size will be equal left and right. And the first row we are going to have column again. Column. Okay, for your information, for this header I will show you how to do that slowly and yeah, just more detail. But later for the other like this second column or even the content and footer, later I will fast forward so you can just see the code and then pause. And maybe for some cases like a table in here, I will tell you how to do that and describe you a bit, but not for all because it will take longer if we describe one by one. For this one column, we will have a column, item, text. We are going to showing the company name again, and then we are going to showing the address, and then we are going to showing the postal code. Okay, and then in the second row, the layout is quite same, so I just copy and here, but changing the phone number, email, and website. Okay, so let's see. Oh, nice. We can see like this now. But it's too close, yeah. It's better we add a padding in here. We can add padding in here. Just padding top. We set to 10. And let's see, better. It's have more space. And now let's showing our logo in here. Where is it? This is second row we create before, and then we can just showing the image is from image. Let's see. Nice, but it's quite so big, yeah. But so I want to set the width into 120. Okay, nice, and make it to the right. I mean, align right. Okay, now it's better. Okay, this is our first header. There is a company name and a company address information. Okay, and then let's start for the second, and I just fast forward. Yeah. Oh, I just realized I put wrong variable in here. It should be invoice. Yeah. So I just click set and RR and then invoice. Nice. All changed. But I need to stop, rebuild and apply. Okay, that's fine. And yeah, the header basically is complete. Now we start, where is it? We start for the content and footer. Let's see, it's loaded or no? Okay, good. Okay, let's start. Okay, take a breath moment. And there is something new in here. You can see a table. So in QuestPDF, there is a table feature to showing a table. But in here, we need to define first how many column we gonna have, how many row we gonna have, yeah, in the table, and then how is the size. In here, I define this the size. You can change as you want to. It's actually able to set to relative, yeah. Relative, yeah, can also if you want to relative instead of constant, but in this tutorial I use constant instead. For me it's more flexible. And then after we define the column and the size, in here I define a header. Okay, this is a header we're going to have for our table, and as you can see there is a specific style in here we create. This is how we define it, this header cell style, and it will be able to use for the styling our header in here. As you can see, we set the background into gray, the padding to 8, and the default text style to white, and we can just call it like this, like assigning a CSS in HTML component. And later we should have a default style also for the item. This is for header, and we have another for item. It should be. So let's continue. Okay, something wrong in here, or maybe I just put here 100. Okay, now should be fine. It should be 10% instead of 10,000%. So in example, if you have multiple item in here, yeah, but in this case we only have one invoice item. How we do that? Maybe we just invoice data source. Where is it? Okay, I just copy and paste in here. Okay, as you can see in here, now we have two pages and the headers in the same place. We should have a footer also, but later. And yeah, you can see the item is continue in here, even without this information, because we only looping through the second row in here. Yeah? This is first row, this is second row. Okay, basically it's already complete, yeah. The remaining actually a footer, but if you're able to doing all of this, I believe you're able to create the footer because it's more easier. But if you still need help for that, I just copy and paste in here. So you want to take a look how I'll create this. And then I save it. Okay, this is how the footer look like. And that's it. We successfully creating the invoice PDF using QuestPDF. And look how it look like. It's so amazing and cool. And I believe it's easy to create if you are already understanding how the concept. Okay, so actually this part is already complete. Maybe in next series I will guide you how to download this PDF from web API or maybe Blazor project, yeah. Okay, thank you everyone. If you have any question, you can just ask me below if I forgot doing something also. So thank you and goodbye.